this is John Bollinger with Premier Guitar. Today we're doing a review demo of the Clusterfuzz. Be careful how you say that. The Clusterfuzz by Function FX. The Clusterfuzz is Function FX's inaugural product. And you gotta hand it to these guys because they made a fuzz pedal that is something unto itself. There have been a ton of fuzz pedals in the past, and most of them try and emulate classic fuzzes from the past. But what they're doing here is making something that's uniquely its own. And rather than relying on kind of chasing that vintagey tone, they're going for something more reliable with more tweaking options. And you got to hand it to them because they've really done it here. Let me tell you about the basic controls. Right here we have volume. As you might guess, that does what it does. Tone is actually a tone cut. Over here is fuzz. Right here is 8-bit. Think of that as kind of, I think of it as kind of more control of your distortion on top of your distortion. It's like this one goes to 11. When you have everything you want, a little bit more, you pump it up through that. And this is a filter right here with a flick of a toggle. It will do a low pass filter, which is great because fuzz pedals often get kind of high-endy. This allows you to quickly knock off that high end. And probably the most interesting bit is right here, which is it's a clipping diode selector that offers 5 distinct levels of compression and sustain. So it allows you to, as you dial it clockwise, you get more compression and sustain. And we'll get into that a little bit later. It almost gives you that kind of fuzzy violin tones. And also can, if you turn it all the way up, gives you that broken, crazy, out of control fuzz. Also, this humble switch right here is their own proprietary switch, which is a relay-based bypass switching system that is supposed to be quieter, less poppy and buzzy than some other on-off switches. So that's the basics. Now, let me tell you about everything else in the signal chain. I'm playing my 1966 stock Fender Stratocaster, all stock, although the wiring's been changed a little bit. I'm running an Astrobe cable directly into the Clusterfuzz. The Clusterfuzz is being powered by Voodoo Labs pedal power. We're running that into a Lone Star Mesa Boogie amp in the clean channel. You can see I've got like the mids up a little bit and presence up a bit. We're micing it with a Royer R121 mic. That's going into an Apogee Quartet and into Pro Tools. Some fuzz pedals are very limited. They tend to just give you that totally fugly, fuzzy thing and little else. Now this does that, but it also offers some very kind of subtle, usable rock tones, or even just barely overdriven. So I like that a lot. But let's start with the fugly. A tone that I really dug is when you would turn this all the way up, that diode selector all the way, bring your fuzz way up and your bit way up, volume down a bit, and get that. To me, it was almost like an ebow. It gives you this kind of violin-ish type thing. So let's see what this does. Granted, it can get away from you pretty quickly, but it's an amazing tone. Really a cool, kind of a cool bag of tricks to have. Okay, let's go with some more conventional tones. I'm going to take this on the first setting, which is not going to be so compressed. I'm going to dial the fuzz way back and see where we get. See what we get. Here we go. So let's go for just kind of a medium distortion. It's nice. It just gives you a little bit of a boost, a little bit of dirt. Be great for a for just bumping up for a solo that's not over the top. But as we dial, bring the volume back and then bring this fuzz up, and you can see where it gets. I dig it because it's pretty transparent. Just to me sounds like a natural amp kind of breaking up a little bit. I'm going to bring the volume down a little bit because this is a very, very loud pedal. So dial that down and let's bring this one up, just kind of see what it does. Man, that's a great, just straight ahead, overdriven tone. Not particularly fuzzy, sounds more just overdriven to me. But let's dial this in and see where we go, okay? Bring these back, bring the volume back. Now, as we turn this up, our volume is going to be cut because we're getting more, it's clipping it. It's going to compress it a bit. So here we go. One more. And you can see it just gets more fuzzy as with each click. So let's keep going. Then all the way. It's a great tone. Great to be able to change it up that quickly. Let me show you what the filter does a little bit. I'm going to dial it back to here a little bit, kind of get a less over the top fuzziness, and you can kind of see what it does. Here we go. Now let me bring the tone back. Cool, it's a little bit like that woman tone. I mean, not quite, but you know, a little bit like that. Just doing it on the box. So those are the basics on the Clusterfuzz. To read the full written review, go to premierguitar.com. While you're online, make sure you like us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel because we have cool videos going up all the time. This is John Bolger. Till next time, play on.
Don't forget to sign up for PG Perks, your all-access pass to exclusive gear giveaways and discounts on PremierGuitar.com.